like her.
I didn't sing my song.
Go on then.
Yeah. This is for the lovers, strictly for the lovers.
I like her.
Hi, Holly.
What song is that?
I actually don't know. No, it's a Backstreet Boys song, isn't it?
Isn't it? I don't know.
I googled it. I think I sent you a screenshot the other day.
Because you just kept singing this.
This is for the lovers, strictly for the lovers. I actually don't know the rest of the song.
Welcome back to Sonder and Salt.
Hi, guys.
This week, we have been joined by 2 new countries. We're going to try and make it a thing to celebrate you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. So this week, joining the mix is the Bahamas and Latvia.
Zveki.
Oh, you've been learning?
Yeah. Apparently, according to Google, that's a greeting in Latvian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Bahamas and Latvia.
Hi, guys.
Whoever it is that's listening to Bahamas and Latvia, we're very happy to have you.
Welcome to the conversation.
Welcome to the conversation. I think that's number 43 and 44. We're now being listened to in 44 countries.
That's crazy.
44 countries.
Oh my goodness. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. If you're listening to this podcast on Spotify, there should be a little 5-star or, well, 4.8 apparently. We've got one hater out there. One hater out there. There should be a little star thing basically that you can leave a rating. You can only leave a rating if you listen on Spotify, but if you listen on Apple, you can leave a rating and write a review. Please, 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 please do it. It helps the podcast so much when it comes to charting and people, new listeners discovering us. So,
and even how we create content and stuff.
Exactly.
Like, what do you guys want to hear us talk about? And what do you like that we do? What should we do more of, you know?
We leave polls on a lot of the episodes in Spotify as well, so you can get involved in the conversation.
And then we can start feeding back.
What's your food highlight this week?
Right, well, my food highlight is I went out, met out with a couple of girls, and we went out to 180 Strand.
Okay.
Joke Bakare, I believe that's how you pronounce her surname. She had a restaurant. I've spoken about it before, I think on the last episode, with the plantain cocktail, Chizuru.
Oh, yeah.
So she's not there anymore, but she's looking for a new location. And she had a pop-up at 180 Strand. So it was a set menu. Cool. I think it was like £65 per person. It's about 5 courses. Sensational.
Really?
Absolutely sensational. There was one course that, it was okay for me, but out of the 5, 4 of them, that fantastic.
Very strong.
Yeah, loved it.
Was the plantain cocktail?
No, there was no plantain cocktail. To be honest, I went back when she was still in Brixton and she had taken it off. They had changed it to like a hibiscus cocktail or something like that. But no, Chizuru, Joke, she's so good. She's so good. She focuses on Nigerian cuisine, but she obviously puts her mark on it. It's quite inventive in how she puts dishes together. She highlights ingredients that I just would never know about or taste usually. But she's fantastic, and it was absolutely fantastic. My favourite dish was the guinea hen. It was like this guinea hen.
Is that the picture that I saw that was just bones by the end of
it? Yeah. Guinea hen.
That was a clean plate.
Nutty kind of sauce, and it had spring greens, baby leeks. Even the greens was fantastic. The guinea hen, I think it was smoked. There was an open fire, it looks kind of like a pizza oven. Okay. But I think they put the guinea hen in there. It had some kind of spice rub on it. The rice was like fragrant. It was sensational. It was banging. It was banging. I loved it. So that was my food highlight for this week.
And one of our friends was in the kitchen.
Yes,
Addie was in the kitchen.
Yeah, she's in the kitchen. She's moved to Paris. She's working at a bakery in Paris. So that's really amazing. She came back to help Joke out. Yeah. And the dessert before
she must have been on pastry.
Yeah, she was on pastry. And the dessert, it said on the menu chocolate and espresso, and I'm not a big chocolate person
or coffee.
I love an espresso martini.
Oh God,
an espresso martini. But I'm not really a big chocolate or coffee person, so I was a bit hesitant about that. But there was this almost like wafer, this white wafer on top. I couldn't tell you what was in it. It was some kind of traditional ingredient or something, but it added a freshness to the dish, and it was like a chocolate sorbetto kind of thing. It was served ice cold, but for a chocolate dish it really cleansed my palate.
I'm not big on chocolate like that either, to be honest with you.
And it had like it was like crumbled Milo at the bottom.
Okay, cool, cool.
And then like this quill of this chocolate sorbet, and then it had this white wafer on top which had a tang. It was almost like it had a sourness to it, like if you were to have like maybe like buttermilk or something. I imagine that's how it tastes. and maybe with like lime zest. I don't know.
Give Addie a little message and be like, oh, about that flavour profile.
It was fantastic. For a chocolate coffee dessert, I got the coffee at the back of my throat.
Yeah.
But it tasted like a palate cleanser, which spun me because it was chocolate and coffee, which are quite heavy flavours and can be quite heavy at the end of a meal. But no, 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed myself yesterday.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
My week food-wise has been a little boring. It's a little bit boring.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to mention though, my food highlight of the week was a pasta.
Ooh.
Coming off of last week's episode, I've had to eat a lot of carbs this week. I'm actually running a half marathon tomorrow.
So you're preparing.
So keep the carbs up. And I went into Home Sense, but I think I mentioned on our pasta episode, if you haven't listened to that, jump back and listen to that episode all about pasta. Certified pasta lover.
Yeah.
And there's just shapes in Home Sense that I absolutely love.
Is Home Sense owned by TK Maxx?
Yeah.
Okay,
they're usually one in the same.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
So where I live, the TK Maxx is the ground floor and Home Sense is above.
Because you said that TK Maxx have good pasta shapes.
Yes.
In the last episode.
Yes, and I went there.
Okay.
And I got a pasta that I've eaten 3 times this week because I just batch cooked like a massive sausage sauce. So I got sausage meat from M&S.
Yeah. Ooh, fancy.
From M&S.
The cost of living crisis.
Listen. And then I also got one of their kind of pasta sauces. I don't think it was arrabbiata, something like that, but it wasn't like by name, but by description it was like spicy garlic tomato something, and I was like, yeah, that'll do. And that's literally, I just did that with sausage meat, onions, garlic, and I actually threw in some petit pois. I needed a vegetable.
Hold on a minute.
I needed a vegetable.
Petit pois. Do you know what?
I needed a vegetable.
Petit pois. I
garden
like
peas.
Over garden peas. They're different. Petit pois is slightly different.
Well, it's garden. Well, the one I have is the mix, so it was garden peas or whatever, the petit pois and sweet corn, the frozen one.
But petit pois is not garden peas.
Well, it says on the bag petit pois.
Yeah, because petit pois, I think, is a specific type
of pea.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one I had.
Okay,
but I threw that in the sauce because I was like,
oh god, you always have to throw some kind of tinned or frozen legume or something into the mix.
It's not a legume.
Isn't it? It's a bean.
Oh, I don't know, maybe it is then. Anyway, the pasta brand is Dalla Costa.
Okay.
And the shape is Trafilate in Bronzo. Which, as I said last week, you can kind of see, I'll put the picture on Instagram actually, of the kind of dustiness on the pasta, the texture as it's bronze cut. Yeah, the bronze cut, which gives it that roughness to help it absorb all of my petit pois sauce. And it was great. It was delicious.
Can I see the shape? So it kind of looks like a fusilli that's been rolled, squashed, kind of tightened, isn't it? Like
no, like it's longer.
Oh, okay.
It only has 2 coils per piece.
Like it's like a rope shaped.
Yeah.
Oh, it's casserisse.
But it's like.
But it looks it looks like a chunky. It's a casserisse, but it looks chunky.
Yeah.
Okay, this is nice because casserisse sometimes looks quite
skinny.
So
you're saying this is nice? Like you were out here expecting it to be nasty?
No, I mean,
goodness.
Like, I like that kind of pasta, but I haven't seen it like that.
Honestly, sometimes when it comes to Home Sense, you'll never see it again.
Yeah.
You'll never see the shape again.
Ex-work stock.
Literally, like it's just coming. And in the background of this picture as well, you can see some other shapes. I took a picture of a few, so I'll throw them all up on the story. Yeah. Another one that I didn't grab was this one. Casserisse. This one is Fernandino 2.
Well, that's a brand.
Some kind of, the name of it apparently.
Oh, it looks like Fusillione.
Kind of,
but it's got less level.
Yeah,
less
and the brand on this one. Oh no, maybe the brand on this is Fernandino. The other thing is all this is written in Italian because it's just a random import product. So I don't know what it says. However, it was. No, I didn't get that one, but it was just interesting to look at. They had one that was cut in rose shapes. But yeah, just don't forget to hit TK Maxx or Home Sense if you just don't care what pasta, but you want to try something different.
Okay, nice. Lovely. I need to get down there because I never really go. There isn't one that close to me. Yeah.
On to this week's episode, which, as you can tell from the title, it's all about Valentine's Day. And obviously from Malika's intro, the amazing performance that we had.
Do you or do you not celebrate Valentine's Day?
I do celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm a Valentine's Day lover. I'm a certified lover girl.
Yeah.
And I love it. I think it's such a great day energy-wise. Mm-hmm. I think some people expect single people to be bitter about Valentine's Day. And I'm not. I never have been. Like, I think it's such a good day to just, like, wish people happy Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. It's my favourite fake holiday because it's not real. It's just it's a commercial thing. But I just love it. I love the simplicity of it. Just Today is a day about love and joy. Saying thank you to the bus driver. And a great fake holiday. My favourite fake holiday.
I like Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's. I like to celebrate. Any excuse to celebrate. True. Any excuse to go out for a meal. Do something. Yeah, any excuse. Any excuse. So for me, Valentine's Day is just another opportunity to celebrate. It's something to plan, something to look forward to. So I love it. I really like it. And I get really excited when I see people celebrating it in different ways that are reflective of their relationships or their friendships or the people around them that they love. So I'm all for Valentine's Day.
I think the only thing I don't like about Valentine's Day, which you kind of just touched on, is the pressure of it being just a romantic love.
Yeah.
Like, just a romantic love. I used to love sending Valentine's Day cards to like all my girls, and I still might do this year. If you're listening and you don't receive one, don't ask questions. But
I'll be looking out in the post.
There used to be way more just cards of just like, you're my favourite bean, you're my favourite spaghetti, you're my whatever. And now it's like a whole section of just to my boyfriend, to my girlfriend, to my special person. And I'm like, the commercialization of it is it's pushing. But heavy. I don't mind that, but it's just pushing so much emphasis on relationships when society as a whole, we're not really living in those kind of days where like the person that you celebrate Valentine's Day with is necessarily your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, people just want to chill with their friends and stuff. But yeah, the supermarket takeover is probably about to start. Like from when we're recording this, probably going to drop. Like the supermarkets are going to be.
They started ramping up.
Like, tomorrow, maybe even today.
The flowers and stuff will hit the week of, the weekend,
of.
but the signage in the market is starting to ramp
And
up.
this year, Valentine's Day falls on a Tuesday, so that means people could celebrate the weekend before or the weekend after or the day itself. So it's definitely a commercial holiday, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, same, definitely. So, Harley, you said you're a certified lover girl. What is your number one love language? What's your top love language?
Right. For anyone who doesn't know, the 5 love languages is a concept by Gary Chapman. He has books on it. There's the 5 love languages original. There's 5 love languages for men, for children, for teens, for couples.
You know, it's been debunked, that whole thing, or like the whole theory. To be honest, I mean, I like it as a talking point, as a guide. But in terms of like locking yourself into a love language, that's a whole different conversation. But anyway, go and tell us.
Forcing yourself to be only one thing. But the 5 of them are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Yes.
So those are the 5. I like to add a 6th one because my official, unofficial love language is actually pizza.
Okay.
I think everyone should have an official, unofficial love language. Seeing as we've thrown the rule book away for him anyway, I'll throw in a 6, and that's pizza. So pizza's probably my highest ranking love language. Of the official 5, I'm probably an acts of service girl these days. I think I used to be a words of affirmation babe until I wasn't anymore.
Yeah.
and that's all I need to say about that. Yeah. What is your love like? What is your primary love language?
My primary
of the official 5.
Well, my unofficial love language, I think, is going out to eat. And so that probably feeds into my top official love language, which is it's a mixture. To be honest, the kind of babe I am, it's all 5. I'll be so real. I need all 5.
It's all 5.
But quality time and acts of service, that's like my joint top 2.
I guess that's what kind of encompasses being taken out for dinner, especially if you're being taken out for dinner.
Exactly.
Like, the thought that goes into like picking the restaurant for you and whatever. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, acts of service and quality time, because I like planned events with my person and with my people. I like to put time in, and I like for us to do for each other, be it through the ideation phase of sharing ideas and just coming to this conclusion together as a unit that we are going to do this together and preparing to do this together. I love that. That gets me going. So like going out to eat, with my person, picking a restaurant and trying dishes with each other. Perfect. Top love language.
See, I get that, and I get that from you. I don't know why, but I feel like your lowest ranking love, like you said, equally split, but I feel like your lowest one is probably physical touch.
What? Are you joking?
I don't know. No. You strike me as someone who's like, I don't like. No, that you don't want to be touched.
I love to be. I like to be squashed. No, literally, like I like to be squashed. I love hugs. I love like kisses on my cheek. Yeah,
you don't hug me enough.
I'm one of those people. I'm in your skin. I'm in your skin. Like, yeah, I'm one of them.
But so are these are your romantic love languages then? I feel like on a platonic level.
Oh, on a platonic level. It might be because of the friends that I have. They're not really into physical touch. So when it comes to, there's some friends that I have that I will squash myself against them. Yeah. But for the most part with my friends, it's pretty much like quality time. Quality time and acts of service, because doing for your friends or your friends doing for you is always amazing.
Okay.
Words of affirmation, I don't mind, you know? Yeah.
I feel like receiving gifts is probably my lowest one, but you don't want to rule it out, you know. If anyone's listening, you don't want to rule it out.
Receiving the gift is being taken out to eat, right? I feel
That's the thing, yeah. I do like receiving gifts. I think I'm just someone who doesn't necessarily wait for gifts, so it's kind of difficult. But anyway, let's draw this back in. Where were you going with this love languages thing?
Well, if you think about the love languages, let's think about how do they show up for you as the foodie that you are.
Okay.
Yeah. So physical touch. Do you like physical touch?
As a general love language, yes.
Okay. So do you like to be fed? What kind of...
Whoa there!
Yeah, like, do you like to be... There. If you're out with your person or even with your friends, do you like the intimacy of someone feeding you, spoon feeding you?
Based on how that's making my ears feel, I'm going to say no.
No, really?
I don't think so. But I can't say I like have an experience of that to say like, oh my God, that was amazing.
Lady and the Tramp, you know, sharing the pasta together.
Cute little things like that are cute. I like the idea of physical touch whilst I'm feeding myself. Yeah. Like I like, especially when you're on a date and you have to sit opposite each other on like a square table. Sometimes I find that quite jarring because I find
like to sit in a booth.
Yeah, or at least sit side. At least if you're on like maybe you're a table for two, but on a table of four, so you can sit side by side. Yeah. Because I think the leaning across the table with the arms like reached out is a bit, and then not necessarily like I'm tall, like our knees are going to be knocking under the table anyway. It takes away from a nice romanticness if you're not able to actually sit side by side. But I think a little hand, a little knee, a little something. But I don't know if I want you like physically feeding me. Is that something that floats your boat?
Do you know what? Can't say it won't get me going. I'm gonna be honest, I think I like to feel taken care of. So I think if I'm out with somebody or somebody's cooked something for me, and you know that moment when somebody, well, I don't know, but there's a moment, if you experience it or not, where somebody's cooked something for you and they come with like a little spoon of that thing that they've cooked and they're like, oh, taste it. And you're just
that
there.
Sounds lovely. Yeah. Because that sounds like I'm in my home or you're their home.
Okay.
I don't want to be like in a restaurant and you're trying to feed me.
Okay, yeah. If I'm eating something off your plate, and it's like, oh, do you want to taste it? And they give me a spoon, then I like that. When you go out to eat, are you a sharing babe or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna eat off your person's plate?
Yes, I'm gonna eat off not my person's plate too. I'm gonna eat off my friends' plates. I'm gonna eat off my parents' plates. I'm gonna eat off your plate.
You sound like a nuisance.
I am.
Well.
And I'm not always gonna ask.
Okay, no, that... am I bothered by that? I don't think I'm bothered by that.
I went out with my friend the other day. But the difference is, he wasn't eating it.
Yeah.
It was done. I didn't like just go in like, oh my God, you're really enjoying that, let me eat it. Yeah. There was a sauce that was like a salsa that I could tell he didn't want. I actually watched him try it and I just saw everything about it was like, this is not for me. And we had a massive thing of bread. And I was just like, Like, I need a bit of that. And even he looked at me, he was like,
Yeah.
You didn't were you going to eat it? No. So I enjoyed it. But yeah, I think a little romantic taste is nice.
Yeah.
At home. That you're bringing me on to cooking together. I feel like that's somewhere in your agenda.
It is somewhere. We'll get getting there.
Okay, we'll get there.
I did a little poll on the old Instagram. Okay. So got a bit of data. I know you love a bit of facts.
I do love a bit of facts. So yeah, I think that's how I would incorporate food and physical touch.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I can see myself having a little romantic moment where, I don't know, chopping something together.
Yeah, you know that when the person's behind you.
Yeah. But don't interrupt me.
Okay.
I'll chop it. You just stand there and hug me from behind.
Okay, that sounds cute. Yeah. Nice and romantic. Okay, words of affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
You said you like words of affirmation. Well, you used to be more of a words of affirmation.
Yeah, that was my primary before.
Babe, is it important for you for somebody to ask you, have you eaten? What do you want to eat? Are you hungry, babe? come, let's go get some food.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I don't hear one of those questions once a day, you hate me.
Really?
You hate me.
Oh my goodness! So you want your boo checking in?
Yes.
To see if you've eaten. Are you alive?
100%. How am I?
Yeah.
If I'm not well, did you eat? Like that? Did you eat? No, I didn't. What are we gonna do about this? How are we gonna change this? 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, how cute! I think I like the question being asked. I think for me, especially because I'm quite clear that I like food and I like to eat. Yeah. So when somebody asks me, like, oh, what do you want to eat? Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Let's go get some food.
Yeah.
I feel like you're thinking about me.
100%.
Yeah, you care about me.
And you care about my enjoyment, because it's not just like we discussed episode 1 of 1. I'm not just like eating for sustenance. I'm eating for enjoyment. I'm eating for pleasure. So even if you call me, it's like, did you eat? And I'm like, yeah, but I expect you to also want to listen to what I have to say about it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like the only good thing about my day, the highlight of my day has been the thing that I ate.
Yeah.
And it's brought me so much joy. So if you don't ask about something that you obviously know that I feel quite passionately about, you don't care about my passions. It's not just that you're asking me what I've eaten just to make sure I haven't died. It's that you're not asking me about the things that you know I'm interested in.
And on that, I know you like to bake. You don't really like to cook, but you like to bake, isn't it? When you cook something for someone, do you like to hear that verbal feedback?
100%.
Do you want to know how they felt, what it tasted like?
9 times out of 10, if I cook someone something or bake someone something, which has been I think the opposite of the love languages that you get, that you like, are also the love languages that you give, right?
Yeah.
So I think one of the love languages that I give, my primary love language, is baked goods.
Okay.
Like, baked goods. That's how I trapped you into this podcast.
I was eating cookies and the cake. Oh, God.
Times have changed now.
I'm telling you. Cost of living.
It was the gluten. You told me to lay off.
I know, the cookie. The first episode that we did, there was warm cookies and it was great.
You told me to lay off, so I laid off. But I have definitely been a giver of baked goods. And I also want to see you eat it. I'll be like, oh, try it. Like, I'll look at you like,
yeah. You cook
try
it
now.
Just
like,
waiting.
try it now.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, because I believe in my sauce. I don't think I'd ask you to try something if I wasn't sure that you're going to like it. You know, I'm not going to go like too rogue on something. But yeah, I want to hear you say,
Like,
I want you to have to go for a second bite again and be like, yes.
Yeah. I like platonically and romantically when people
appreciate
my food and they tell me. I don't know, it gasses me when it's like, oh yeah,
100%.
Food's banging.
Yeah.
Like, I like to cook for people and I like to know that they enjoy my food. I like for them to tell me, and I like the feedback when they're eating it. I like to hear what they loved about it.
Yep.
I just like to see the joy and hear it. So that affirms me.
Yep.
When people love my food, that's important. But then also affirming me in the sense that you care about me enough to check if I've eaten, if I'm hungry, if I've eaten something, even to ask me how I felt about it.
That's what
Giving me the space to talk about how much I loved it and my passion. Yeah, that's lovely. How cute.
What's something that you've made that was not necessarily very well received when you like put a lot into it?
So this hasn't happened to me very often, but it did happen to me one time. I was making a prawn curry.
Okay.
And my partner at the time, big on seafood, loved prawns. And this is when I first discovered those Costco prawns, the really big fat ones. So we drove there, we got the prawns, everything. And I don't know what happened. I think I had started like getting used to using garam masala. Okay. Because I was used to using like Jamaican curry. Right. I didn't really know how to handle it. So I said, I'm going to cook with prawn curry, etc. I made this prawn curry. I put too much. I think it was the garam masala, something in it, and it made it bitter. Oh. And in my heart of hearts, I knew it didn't bang. I don't know if it was garam masala or cumin. It might have been too much cumin.
So there should be cumin in the garam masala, so maybe you added...
or
it was a bad mix.
I may have added a bit more cumin in my excitement. And in my heart of hearts, I knew that it wasn't quite spot on. This person was quite direct. And he was just like, this does not bang. This is terrible. I think this is the worst thing you've ever given to me. And my heart, because we were looking forward to it so much. And he always appreciated my food. I never cooked anything that he didn't enjoy
prior
to that. So it was like a little stab in my heart.
In your ego.
Yeah, it was. Because I just felt like, oh man, I've fallen from grace. Like, how did this...
And the cost of those prawns as well.
I'm telling you. And the thing is, he would not eat it. Like, point blank period, he would not eat it. He did not enjoy it. He would not eat it. And that was the end of that. And he was just like, yeah, that ain't it. I'll tell you that for free.
Damn.
That ain't it. But in that moment, he was like, I know why. And like, I know what's gone wrong. So obviously you can try it again. It's like, obviously I love your food. You can cook, but this ain't it, B. So that was the one time I can say that I've cooked something and someone's just been like... Yeah. And I've cooked for that person. Like, it was an act of love.
Yeah, exactly. Intentionally, with them in mind, their favourite type of food.
Yeah, we talked about it. We had like... That was all we were going to eat for the day. So we ended up on Uber Eats, getting something else. Yeah, that was a bit of a stab in the heart.
Damn.
Yeah, has that ever happened to you?
I feel like bake-wise, no, because typically I know that it's gone wrong before I ask you to try it. Like, especially when it comes to bake, I've definitely had some misses, like some L's. I've been like, I was going to bring you something today, but I just didn't even bring it. That's definitely happened. But I think with cooking... I have probably delivered subpar things, but like on just a basic level. I'm not the world's like strongest cook like that. I know what I can cook, and don't get me wrong, there are some complicated things I can cook, like, but I know what they are. Yeah. So instead, it's like if you're coming over and I just don't have time, don't have whatever to put out the bag, you will get spaghetti bolognese.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like maybe they might have left a couple of times being like, spaghetti bolognese again?
You gotta get what I'm giving.
Like, was it a good spaghetti bolognese?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you have it again last week? Yes. Look.
Yeah.
The game is the game.
Yeah.
Especially considering that I was living with my parents until 2 years ago. So like relationships prior to that were very much like, what can I make in this kitchen quickly for us to and get out of the way before my parents are going to come in and then be like, oh, what are you making then? I want to get involved. So no proper, I can't think of any actual like clangers dinner wise that I've made, but I've definitely just been like, right, simple, just bangers and mash.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Right, acts of service.
Okay, is that our next one?
Yes,
okay.
Acts of service.
So we said what, like booking a restaurant for me, asking me where I want to go, or just doing it. I think that's what I like about it. Navigating food relationships is just do it.
Yeah.
Like, the reason why acts of service is my general love language is because I'm very busy. Mm-hmm. And if you are doing anything to help me be more efficient or to just get stuff done, even just allow me time to rest. If you're going to do something for me that is going to help me.
You love it. So do you like people cooking for you?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you like cooking for others? I guess that it feeds on from the last point. You like baking for others.
Yeah.
That's your bag.
That's my bag.
Yeah.
But also I think it's because we're baking the process. It's in the oven typically longer than your doing the thing. So I have no problem putting something in the oven to slow cook or to bake for a long time, whatever. I don't want to stand up. Do you know what? I can do it. If it's like someone that I love, be it my friends or somebody that I'm pursuing or is pursuing me, then I will cook, especially something that I know that they love or something that they've seen me do that they would love to taste. I can definitely do that. I think when I was younger, one of my friends, had made a cake one day. And it was a very simple like sponge cake, and it had like some buttercream on it. And he loved it. And probably for like a good 2 years of our friendship, I would just bake this cake and he would come and collect it and eat. And he just loved it so much. And I just loved that he loved it and he loved me for it. And I loved that. It was just like an endless cycle. Like, see, I've got a few recipes for certain people in mind. Like, I know what my parents both love. Like, that's an easy, surefire way. Even when I had COVID, I dropped a cake in the porch and rang the doorbell, and he was like, thank you. Like, he didn't even know what it was. He just saw a foil package in the porch from me and was like, yes. Yeah. And certain people in certain times, so like my ex, his thing was banana bread. Yeah. Like up until now, if I even send him a picture of like, you know when the bananas are going a bit black. Yeah. if I send him a picture of bananas, he'll text me back, location, question mark? Like, he knows what's coming.
Yeah.
He knows what's coming. And I think even then in like another relationship I had, the cooking thing, the acts of service was actually more breakfast based.
Okay.
So, and that's probably more my bag as well when it comes to cooking. Like, I think my order of meals, not that anybody asked, like priority, I think I love breakfast and I love making breakfast. I will be sitting here knowing damn well I'm late for work, sorry, as I garnish my oats with chia seeds and a drizzle of agave nectar.
A drizzle of agave nectar.
I'm sorry, it's the most important meal of the day.
Yeah.
I love breakfast. Lunch, dinner.
And dinner's my bag.
Dinner is important to me, but like the whole dinner experience. As you know, I can chuck down a tin legume and just keep it moving.
Boy.
But if dinner as like a 3-course going out dessert thing, that I love. That is as important to me as breakfast. But dinner just at home as one person,
it's a means to an end.
It's a means to an end most days, isn't it? Yeah. So I've definitely been an acts of service period of like relationship of my life where it's been like, okay, I'm going to get up and make us breakfast. Yeah. Like, I'm going to get up and make pancakes, get up and go shop, buy the orange juice, buy the mimosa, do the whole thing. And that was no chore to me. Do you get what I mean? Like, and I know that felt natural for me to do. So it wasn't like if they'd asked me to cook dinner. Like, it wasn't. Yeah. So I think I can stand up and do the cooking thing if I know it's going to be well received. And it's a thing that I enjoy. I love making pancakes, French toast. Like, even desserts, like...
repertoire's quite strong.
The repertoire is strong, but I will throw you a spaghetti bolognese knowing full well that we've got a homemade trifle with homemade custard jam and fresh mint from the garden as, like, the creme de la creme. But the dessert sometimes is the thing. Like, it's a means to an end. Like, here's the dinner that I made in a hurry so that I can show you what I actually wanted to do for you.
Yeah. Oh, cute. Yeah, I like people cooking for me. And I like, especially because it doesn't actually happen that often. My relationships are built a lot of the time off of, I'm the person that cooks in the relationship.
I'm the person that holds the relationship together.
I'm the person that kind of cooks in my friendships more. So I used to have a lot of gatherings in my home. I'd have a lot of parties. Same. So everybody would kind of look to me to cook. And then even within my family, my mum cooks a lot, but if my parents are coming over or if I'm going to my parents' house, there's an expectation that I will cook. Yeah, and they just want me to cook. They want to taste my hand. So a lot of the time, people don't really cook for me. I'd probably say in my last relationship, he liked to cook. So that's probably like my first experience of somebody cooking for me regularly. And it was so nice because he would put so much love and effort into it. And I really appreciated it. Or things that, if I said I like something, I would get it.
Oh, okay.
I would get it a lot. Yeah, like it would... He would kind of give it to me quite frequently. There was a time
we went through
a phase of like jacket potatoes. It was so simple. Jacket potato with tuna. Yeah. He didn't eat cheese, but we'd have like tuna, beans and cheese. That's my bag. A jacket potato.
You were tweeting about this the other day.
Yes. A jacket potato with some tuna mayo, beans and cheese. Oh gosh, I love it. Me. Really? No, I love it. It's just one of those.
Jacket potato, beans and coleslaw. That's my bag.
No. Tuna, beans and cheese. Banging. And we
had you know why? The potato is so hot and the beans are so hot, and then you put the coleslaw on the top.
That's what
so it doesn't burn the roof of your mouth.
But you don't like tinned fish. That's what you don't like. Tuna. Yeah. So that with the tuna with spring onions and some like black pepper and stuff.
But fish and cheese.
It's banging. It's banging.
It is what it is.
It's banging. And I said that we had it, and we were both like, oh, blown. Like, this just tastes so fantastic. And we like
had it a lot.
You kept making it, and I really appreciated it. Got a bit tired after a little bit, but it was just the fact that you know that I like it. Yeah. And you just keep making it for me. It was just lovely. So.
And also things like that can never fail. Like, okay. It kind of comes down to acts of service, like knowing the person that you're cooking for. If I am super busy on my laptop, I haven't eaten, and you just provide a jacket potato with beans and coleslaw, I'm just going to be like...
It's so simple. It's the action.
Literally.
Yeah,
and I'm the same as you. Like, people don't typically cook for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but like...
Anybody want to cook for Harley?
People don't cook for me.
Yeah.
And I think I'm imagining enjoying it.
Hold on, Holly. So this imagination, this meal that you're imagining, what if the person out there is listening, what is it that they would need to cook, or what is it that they should cook to really win you over? What's that meal? What does that look like?
Oh my gosh. I have no idea.
Really?
Do you know what it would be?
Go on. It could be anything. Is it going to be
no,
pizza?
But do you know what yours would be? No, it wouldn't be pizza.
Oh, okay. What would mine be? Oh God, do you know that's a good question.
It wouldn't be pizza because part of the enjoyment of pizza is, number one, variety.
Yeah.
I don't have one particular favorite pizza. I have a type of pizza I like. I like thin and crispy pizza. I like Neapolitan with a kind of crispy, puffy edge, sorry.
Yeah.
But I can't say that, if you make that one thing, you've won me. Because what I like about pizza is that it comes in hundreds of thousands of shapes and sizes. Yeah. But if there was like one thing, I don't know. You know what? I know this is not answering your question, but there are things I don't want you to make for me to try and win me over.
Okay, like what?
Like things that just meals I already have connections with other people. Like I'm not saying it's not going to win me over, but
how would they know though?
Because they would know, or they'd hear about it. Yeah. So like, say for example, the meals that I go home to have my parents cook for me, don't start trying to cook them.
Really?
Like, because it's like, that's my relationship with them. That's our thing. That's our meal. Like, I will go home for my dad's corn and porridge.
Okay.
Like, if you start doing it and then I'm having corn and porridge with you and I'm not, like, I don't want that. I don't want, no.
Okay. I don't know if that would bother me.
No,
so much.
It's not like it would be the end of the world. Yeah. Like,
but it's not.
You can make it.
The opportunity.
Yeah, it's just not going to be the thing that's going to be like win me over. Because ultimately, I'm probably going to be like, my daddy does it.
So then, okay. So what do you like? Like, what dish do you like? That...
Like, I'm really feeling on the spot here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I think it's because it's so far from my reality. I cannot imagine.
Well, have a think about it. Have a think. And if you guys are listening, have a think about it.
Maybe we'll put a poll up. I need to be inspired by like other people's choices. Yeah. Like, especially people who out there that are married or in relationships. Maybe I'll put the poll on the Spotify and on the Instagram. What was the thing?
Yeah, what was that meal?
Yeah, what was that thing? Because there's this trend as well. Oh my God, I saw this TikTok. It was hilarious. So there's loads of these recipe books out there that have these recipes in them, like win the in-laws over chicken.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like, you know, meeting his mum, pecan pie. Like these kind of things. And there was a TikTok the other day. I saw this girl and she was like, guys, I'm cooking a chicken for a man who's not my boyfriend. And she like gasped and grabbed her own mouth and she was like, I know, I can't believe it. Like I'm cooking a chicken for a man who's not my boyfriend. What am I doing? And I was like, I don't think there's any meal that I would like let hold me back, or any bake, shall I say, that I would like hold in reserve for like you being my boyfriend or you trying to like I'm just gonna do.
Yeah, that's like me.
I'm just gonna do. Like if I feel like making you a pecan pie on the very first day I meet you, because
facts.
I will.
Yeah, facts. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I will.
I will.
I don't know. Is there something that someone could like crack? Like, and also, is it the act of them actually succeeding and making the meal, or is it the fact that they tried?
Do you know what? For me, I don't think there's a meal that I love that somebody would make that could win me over. I think that I would rather they make me something like their signature dish, or just something that they know they're good at, to really highlight their skill, the research they've done, and experience that they've had. That would really that would definitely win me over. I've had experience in the past where I've been with someone that can't really cook, but they have made something, or they've called in reinforcements to assist them to make something. I had, I think my partner back in the day, he'd made me this, like, first of all, it had pork in it. I don't know why he did that. Oh, but it was like a stir fry.
Yeah.
And it was super spicy. It kind of hurt my stomach a little bit because it was so spicy, but I really appreciated him attempting to cook something, trying to follow a recipe and do something. So that act of service, I really love that.
See, you've just triggered two memories in my mind.
Yeah.
Of where I think, because food is such a passion point and love for me, I can think of two instances where someone tried to cook for me in the past. And one time it just went very badly because they're not very good at cooking. Yeah. And another time, like, I think similar to what you said about pork, they thought they were a genius and that they were going to like make steak. And I was like, I don't eat beef. Like, I'm not just going to do like, I don't care what you've done because you're not paying attention to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's two instances there that really stand out of
that's
like,
a good point.
You could have made me a salad
but it's something that you like.
Something that,
I think that's what's important. If you're trying to impress somebody or trying to show somebody love, it's not necessarily about the dish itself. No. It's about the process that goes into it, and listening, understanding the person, appreciating them, doing something that you think they would like,
100%.
And not necessarily what you want to give them because
you saw on Instagram.
Yeah, what you saw somewhere. It's just making sure that you appreciate them and listen to them enough to give them something that you believe they would truly like and appreciate.
Yeah, and also everyone has a simple pleasure. Everyone has a simple joy.
Yeah. Oh God, roasted vegetables.
Literally, like, you know what I mean? Like everyone has a simple joy.
Roasted broccoli. Oh.
Like literally a lovely roasted carrot. Like an apple crumble. Like a cup of tea. A good cup of tea.
That would do you.
Mate, I've been provided a cup of tea that was so milky, right? And it was cow's milk. And I was just like,
you trying to kill me.
You don't even know me. Like, you hate me.
You hate me.
Like, you actually hate me.
You hate me, yeah.
Like, I think you hate me. Like, you just...
Yeah.
I think you hate me. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh. Well, that's a tip for you guys. Listen to your partners. Give them what you think they would like.
Exactly.
Quality time is the next one. The question I'm going to ask on quality time...
I'm scared.
And this is... I put a poll up about this.
Okay, go on,
Instagram.
Hit me with the data.
Do you like cooking with others? Are you the kind of person that wants to be in the kitchen on their own, or do you find pleasure, joy, intimacy in cooking with a friend or a partner in the kitchen? Should I give you the feedback of the poll?
Yeah, give me the poll first and then I'll...
Okay, so I put this up on Instagram. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, then to be quite frank, you're kind of missing out because we're always having a bit of a chin wag on the old Instagram. So I asked, do you like cooking with your partner? Is that romantic to you? This could be partner, friend, whatever.
Yeah.
56% of people said...
Oh, that's tight.
No, get out of my kitchen. 44% of people said yes, so intimate. And it was over 100 people that voted. So it's a really good reflection. I was quite shocked. I thought it would be more like 70% said no.
Did you skim the respondents? Was it a mix of men and women in both?
There was a mixture. I'd probably say more women, because I have more women followers than men, but there was a good amount of men. And actually quite a few of the men, they said yeah. Yeah, it was mainly women that said no, get out of my kitchen. And most of the respondents that said yes, that's where the men fell into the category. That's the category that the men fell into.
Interesting. Yeah. So I think from my lived experience, I would have preferred it in a bigger kitchen. Okay. Like my kitchen at my flat is not very big. And again, like my previous was living with my parents at their house. So it's not really the space, especially if they're around, that you want to be trying to do up
romance
cooking together kind of thing. So I think when I had the space and opportunity to do that in like a family home, I wasn't really there. Yeah. And now when I tried to do it here, it was like, this is a bit tight. Yeah. Like I only really have two kind of surface areas. Often I end up using like the table or putting stuff on the table so that I can use the full amount of counter space. So I think if it's practical, I don't mind. But who wants romance is not practical, you know? Yeah. Like I think what we said before, like if I'm doing something, you can be in the kitchen. I love company in the kitchen. Yeah. Like I actually love that, especially when my friends come over and they sit in the sofa. And the way that my living room is set up from the sofa to the kitchen, I'm like, can you come and sit here, please? Yeah. Can you come and sit closer? Or else the extractor fans on and I'm screaming down the whole living room. So.
But you can't hear yourself over the fan,
I'm like, I'm not sticking out a place of onions for you. Come on. So I like it if they like put up a chair. Even at my parents' house before, where the sink and the oven was, people would gather at the dining table, even if we were not eating there. Yeah. Like. And pull the chair as close to me cooking as possible. Yeah. I think company in the kitchen is more important to me than you physically
being a part of
it. And I like there being someone there so that it's, can you just get me from the oven? Can you just stir that for me? Like that's fine. Like some kind of inclusion. I don't mind also being that person. Yeah. You tell me what to stir. You tell me when to open the dishwasher.
No, I am an advocate for cooking with my partner. That is my bag. I love it. In my last relationship, that was a thing for us. Like we would cook together a lot of the time.
Is this where the curry prawns went wrong?
Yeah, this is when the curry prawns went wrong. But there were times where we would. It wasn't just the cooking together. It was everything that went into it. So we would. You know, I have like a whole collection of recipe books. So we'd pick a book. From the book, we'd pick a recipe, or we'd see something and we'd say, "Oh, look, we want to do something similar then we'd decide like, okay, we like build out like a 3-course menu. What we're gonna have for starter, main, dessert.
I'm jealous.
Then it would be like, okay, I'll do the starter, main, you do the sides, dessert, etc. And then we'd have to be fair, my kitchen is a bit more spacious than yours, so we did have the ability to have our separate spaces,
right?
And I think it was good,
especially if you're on a different course.
Yeah, exactly. I could be on one side, they were on the other side, and I think it was good for our boundaries and our communication to be in that kind of space and navigate around each other, work into timings, building something together, but doing our own separate bit. We're not both on starters or both chopping up the carrots at the same time. Yeah. We're just existing in the same space and then aligning, communicating to make sure that the meal is ready together at the same time. But I think even when I'm in the kitchen with my mum, to be honest, outside of like my romantic relationships, I like cooking in the kitchen with my mum, and we'll just be looking at it and I'll say, oh, why don't you add a bit of this? And she'll say, okay, or no, that's not really what I'm going for. Like, oh, I'm like, come and taste this. I love that. Like, I'm like, come and taste it, or taste it and tell me what you think. Does it need more salt? Does it need more? Like, you care about my
I just heard that in my mum's voice. Taste it and tell me what you think.
Yeah,
I can hear it. I can hear it.
Taste it and tell me what you think. Like, I love it. So I love cooking in the kitchen with others, building a meal together.
Yeah, I think family is a little bit different because, I mean, my parent, like, I learned to cook. My mannerisms and the way I move in the kitchen is from my parents.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's almost like when chefs dance.
Yeah.
It's like, I know where you're going, you know where I'm going, you know where you're getting. We've all got our favourite knife.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? I will never forget, like, oh God, just triggered. I think as well, my experience has not been the best because the men I've been out with don't really know how to cook.
Okay.
So just certain things as well that I don't, and they're not romantic to me in the kitchen for me to see you trying to do something with my favourite knife.
Oh, wait, what's his name?
Whoa!
No, sorry, not the guy. Richard Blackwood.
Oh,
Richard
fine.
The
zest of the lemon. Yeah. like
that Richard Blackwood travesty when he didn't know what he was doing.
What lemon zest was like. Yeah. Oh, it's just like, I've got nice stuff. Why are you using my Santoku knife to slice nutmegs? Like, what's going on?
Slicing nutmegs?
This has just become a very stressful experience to me.
Oh,
like,
my gosh.
Why am I seeing non-oven proof things go, like, just all sorts? It's chaos. I'm sorry, I can't find that romantic. But when I'm with my parents or my family, and it's like, even then, I think there's a certain level of impressing that I say men, because I do men, want to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't want to ask for help. When my dad will be like, what do I do this again? And we're like, oh, da-da-da-da-da. All right, cool. What do you want me to do again? Oh, slice that. Oh, okay, cool. And then we can work as a synergy. Like, when we got people coming over and the family stuff, the way we even will migrate around cleaning the house, getting in the bathroom, we move. That's how a family and like, that's
it's
how
a
I know.
Unit.
That's how I haven't found my person yet. Yeah. Because until we can actually zigzag around the kitchen like that properly and have respect.
Well, yeah,
for each other.
This is it. Yeah.
Like knives.
Not trying to chop nutmegs.
Like, not trying to chop nutmegs and stuff with my knife. Then that all sounds dreamy.
Fantastic, yeah.
And I can't wait until I'm there. But for now, it's fantasy.
I would say if you've got a person or a close friend, give it a try. If you haven't tried it, because I think some people vote off the idea of being in the kitchen with someone and they just find the whole thing frustrating. Obviously, not everything is for everyone, but if you are both like, you treat the entire experience as like a team, as a unit, you decide on what you're cooking together, you allocate tasks to, like, it's just teamwork at the end of the day. You allocate tasks
and communication
and you communicate. Then at the end of the day, when you sit down and you look at the meal that you've created together, I find it very fulfilling and I love it. Nice. Yeah, I love it.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Last one.
Yeah, who's left? Giving
gifts? Yeah.
Replace my damn knives after you've cut nutmeg there.
I guess you are big on giving gifts because you said you like to bake and give that. Yeah. When somebody pulls up they come to see you and they pull up with something that they know you like, does that get you going?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even as simple as if I am putting the whole meal together and you bring a bottle of wine. Like, there are many things that I think within sharing a meal together that you can add to this without having to cook or without having to bring something that requires being cooked. Whether you're bringing a drink, whether you're bringing Like, even like something as simple as a candle. If you're taking this, especially if we're at home, if we're taking the at-home ambience of us sharing this meal together, if it's going to elevate that in any way, sign me up.
I love it. I love when someone's coming to see you and they just, like, I would get very small and quite seemingly insignificant things, like a packet of sweets. I went through a phase, one of my many phases, where I was obsessed with Roundtree randoms.
Oh my God, yeah. Throwback.
Yeah, Roundtree randoms. Ribena was a big thing for me when I was young. It's only because of the sugar tax.
I was going to say sweet.
Yeah, I had a bit of a sweet tooth when I was a child. Ribena, my mum used to buy me like the big bottles of the cordial.
Yeah.
And that was like one thing that she would do. That was like her little act of love. Every time I was at uni, she'd come to see me. She'd send me Ribena. She'd always buy me bottles of Ribena. And I love stuff like that. Or if somebody that was trying to woo me would come over and bring me some sweets or bring me a carton of Ribena.
But this is in the past, right? Before you start putting out the wrong message, you don't want someone to turn up at your door and have a bottle of Ribena.
Yeah. I mean, if they were to bring me Ribena, I mean, now your girl's grown.
That's what I'm saying. Like.
So if you're coming to see me, a bottle of olive oil wouldn't go amiss. A carton of eggs. Do you know what I mean? Some golden yolks, a box of like fancy bespoke type sea salt wouldn't go amiss.
Do you know? I don't even want to put this out there, but I want to put this out there because I've never told my friends this, but like my dream gift. This is like, I don't know how long I've been fantasizing about this, and I'm like, I don't understand why no person has seen this. Like, it's so simple. Like, it's right there.
What is it?
A bunch of flowers.
Oh, really?
That are different flowers.
Okay, no, I'm not a big flowers person.
Flowers. Self-raising, plain,
sorry, I thought you meant
gluten-free. See?
You would like a mix of flowers.
But it's just like, it's right there.
That doesn't sound like, I feel like that could get lost in communication because they might come with a bunch of flowers.
No, but I'll take either. But I just don't understand how no one that have been like.
But I guess you're a baker. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's right there.
What's your flower brand of choice? Do you have one?
On offer.
On offer, really? You don't think there's any difference between the different flowers?
100% there is. 100%. Especially when it comes to self-raising flour.
Yeah.
I'm a home pride gal if I can. The cost.
Yeah.
The only issue that I have with home pride is that, well, not really issue. When I typically have been buying flour in bulk, they don't really have a bulk offering. The wholesalers I buy from, and then buying it in small amounts is costly. Okay. Self-raising flours, random factual interjection. The quality is definitely different because basically what self-raising flour is, if you don't know, is plain flour with added raisin agents. So you want the best.
Yeah.
Like,
I like Dougal's. What do you think of Dougal's? Yeah.
I think even supermarket flours are not like the end of the world if you know necessarily what you're doing with them and you're confident. Like, if you use a supermarket plain flour, but you're using like Dr. Oetker raisin agents and you give your flour a good sift, like aerate it, and you know, you can like improve the quality of something that's a little bit less. But this is a conversation I could have with my bean after he brings me a bunch of flowers.
That's a bit different. I would have got that wrong. I would have come in here with roses or something.
I mean, I'll accept those as well, but I'm just saying, like, it's right there. Like, for a food, like gifts for a foodie, especially, and I think food-based gifts are so much nicer in the early days that you can just get right, especially if you're listening to what someone says. Like, you bring me a brand new microplane. Like, with the microplane brand, they're only like, I mean, I say only, they're probably about 20 quid. But like, I've never had one.
Okay.
I've only ever had a microplane that's like just Tesco or like Home Sense or whatever. But if you got me a microplane that's a big, I'm going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like very simple, I'm a simple gal. I like not that simple. But I like things that sound like, things that make me feel like you've really been listening.
Yeah.
That's what I like. So if somebody was to get me, I mean, there's the obvious ones that I'm always chirping on about, the olive oils and the this and that, whatever. If somebody was to get me that, I'd really appreciate it. But there's things that I've probably alluded to or mentioned one or twice. And if they were to pick up on that and bring me something either that they think I would like that I've never tried before.
Exactly.
That always gets me going, or something of a different variety or quality of something that I said I like, and they've said, well, this is the best. Like, I've checked out.
And this is the best.
That was,
especially if they have no interest in it.
Yeah.
Like, especially if they're not gonna like reap any reward from this thing. Like, you're gonna give me this expensive olive oil, and I'm not gonna let you use it.
Oh God!
Like, no, I'm saying that. You would say that. You'd be like, no, that's for salads only. Like, like you can't use it.
We're not using it to fry an egg. Yeah. Sorry.
So especially if it's like, I'm gonna give her this thing, and I know I'm never gonna taste it.
Yeah.
But every time she uses it, she's gonna enjoy it, and she's gonna think of me or whatever. Creme de la creme. And yes, I will reciprocate that. I'm a good gift giver. Yeah. Like, I'm a very good gift giver. I'm a thoughtful gift giver. That's the thing. Every time, my mum has said so many times, she's seen me like doing something for a friend or wrapping a present or going to collect something from a special store. Yeah. And my mum's like, she's like, you're a good friend, aren't you? Oh. She's like, no, I did well. And then she's like, walk off. Yeah, I'm big on giving gifts. And you know what as well? I think giving gifts is something that I kind of force. I think a lot of people, especially like growing up in London, East London, like where I'm from, a lot of people that I've chosen to date haven't necessarily always had like a rewarding gift giving experience. Okay, yeah. And I think people, especially in this day and age where we're not as romantic and stuff, people don't necessarily think that they should get any, that they have had any before. Yeah. And I'm very big on, you deserve this nice thing. Yeah, yeah. Like, here's something nice. Yeah. Here's a thing.
Be it a baked good or something that I know you like.
I think the best thing that you could probably turn up to my door with any time of the year is the Lindt strawberries and white chocolate balls.
Okay, you mentioned them before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, make note.
But again, you're not getting any. You're not getting any. They're going in the box and they mine. Yeah. Before we move on, one more thing I just remembered about quality time and food and creation. Yeah. I would much rather us spend the time grocery shopping than cooking in the kitchen.
Do you know, I love it all.
I love going to the supermarket.
I do. You see, in lockdown, that was my
It was my hobby.
Yeah, I was living in my local Sainsbury's.
And I dragged it way past lockdown. But I was just like, well, guess there's nothing to do. I guess everything's closed.
Skimming the aisles.
Yeah. So how do you can eat out to help out? Or we can go to big Tesco. Ooh.
Oh, see, the big Sainsbury's, is it? Because the range in the big Sainsbury's, I think it was during lockdown that I discovered like the tuna. I just started discovering things in the range.
Take me to a superstore.
Yeah.
Literally. You know, another thing about it, I have anyone's listening, I find it very de-stressing. Anyone that wants to take me listening, I find it very de-stressing.
Okay.
Like, after a long day, sometimes just... We've done it. We've shopped together.
Yeah, it was nice. And it was nice. Pick up bits and bobs and like
share, look at stuff and be like, oh, I always get this one. Really? Why? Okay, I'll give it a go. Give it a try.
Or oh, what do you think of this?
That's how I ended up drinking innocent smoothie packs because of you.
Oh, was it? Oh yeah, the kids packs.
I've only bought them once since, but that was when we went shopping together.
My little snack.
Yeah. Supermarket quality time over kitchen quality time.
So Harley, what are you doing this year then? So what's Valentine's Day looking like this year? Is it a Galentine's? Is it a Palentine's? Is it a Me-and-Tines? I don't know what you call it. Solo-tines? Salentines? What is it saying?
Salentines is sounding kind of salty. It's not actually saying anything at the moment.
Yeah.
It's not saying anything. I have tried to curate a Galentine's experience with one of my other single girls.
Yeah.
But I think she's feeling a little bit bitter.
Okay, fair enough. There's always next year.
I don't want to go out. I don't want to be... What did she say to me? She said, I don't want to be in a restaurant full of couples. And I said, well, I can't control that. I can't control that. But I think we're at the point now where she was like, okay, well, send me some places. So I'm going to try and put together a little Galentine's dinner on V-Day itself. I have netball the night before with my gals. Last year, actually, Valentine's Day fell on the Monday and it was netball day. So I just bought a massive box of Krispy Kremes and the whole netball team went to the pub after the game. And that was our little Galentine's. Yeah. And some of the boyfriends used to come and watch the games, but they just came with us because they had done their romantic thing on the weekend. Mm-hmm. So they were just spending Monday with their girls and the girls were spending it with their girls. And I thought, this is actually quite nice.
Yeah.
What are you doing this year?
This year, I'm not sure. The group chat was popping off about, are we doing a Galentine's? Because we did Galentine's Day last year and it was beautiful. We loved it. We went to, it was about 5 of us. We went to Straight's Kitchen. Straits Kitchen is inside a hotel, and I can never remember which hotel it is. But it's a Pan-Asian, Southeast Asian.
It was
it's at the Pan Pacific Hotel.
Yeah,
it's a Straits Kitchen at the Pan Pacific Hotel. It's a Southeast Asian restaurant with a focus on cuisine from Singapore, I believe. So that was really, really nice.
Cool.
I had this amazing like black pepper prawns, and then I also had what is it called again? And then I also had Hainanese chicken.
Oh yeah.
Hainanese chicken rice. And it's just like poached chicken, and then the rice is cooked in chicken stock, and it's served with this like amazing ginger, scallion or spring onion kind of sauce marinade.
So what, the girls want to go again?
I don't think we want to do that. Well, after we did Straits Kitchen, and then afterwards we went to BYOC in Camden. If you've never been to BYOC in Camden, it's bring your own cocktail, and it's basically like a speakeasy bar. You go down some stairs, and they've got these different counters with a professional mixologist, and you bring your own bottles of alcohol, unopened. They have to be unopened.
Okay.
Whatever alcohol you want to bring, you can bring, and then make cocktails using those alcohols. So they ask you, do you like it sweet? Do you like it sour? Do you like it on ice? Like, what kind of things do you like?
That's such a good date.
It is a good date. I've been there quite a few times, and whenever I go there, you can see people
on dates.
Sounds like a good date night, especially when like you're in the early days.
Yeah.
When you don't know necessarily what they want to do.
Exactly. I think also people talk about like, oh, first dates. I don't want to go to a restaurant. I want to do an activity. But sometimes you can do food-centered things as an activity, and I like that. And I think BYC is a great vibe. It's good whether you go in a group or as a couple. As long as you bring, I'd probably say, because you get 5 cocktails for like the slot that you have.
Right, okay.
So as long as you bring about 3 different alcohols, then you can have a varied experience.
So how do you pay for it?
You basically like book a slot online and you pay for it.
Okay. So you're paying for their service, like the time, and obviously bring her in.
Yeah, and you don't bring mixers or anything like that. They provide all the mixers.
Just literally hard.
It's just the alcohol. Yeah, it's just alcohol. And if you want to bring like additional bits, they can give you shots or of whatever you bring. As long as it's unopened, you can basically bring as much as you want.
We should go.
Yeah, we could go.
That would be such a good way for me to drink more tequila.
Yeah, well, as long as you bring it, yeah.
Yeah, but as in like, if I buy a bottle of tequila that I've never had before and get it dressed up in a cocktail 5 different ways.
We could. But yeah, it's about, that's what we did last year. So we're still figuring out what we want to do this year. Last year I actually celebrated Valentine's Day. And what we did was the meal deals. We actually did the Valentine's Day meal deal.
I was about to say, get a load of this guy.
No. It was a meal deal. It was kind of like a, I guess it depends. With Valentine's Day, if you're in a relationship or anything like that, if you're with somebody that is not into it, sometimes you can find ways of still doing something and kind of meeting in the middle. So doing the Valentine's Day meal deal, I've been doing those meal deals for years. I've been doing it for years, probably since I was in my early 20s is when I first discovered them, and I love them. So last year, like during that relationship, we would do them because it meant we were at home. It wasn't not too much pressure, but it was something we could do together, and we were able to cook together. So we both enjoyed it. Have you ever done a Valentine's Day meal deal, honey?
No.
Really?
No, I have very limited Valentine's Day like romantic experiences. But I would say that they've always been like they've always been a going out type thing. Yeah, or even with friends. Even with the girls. One Valentine's we went to the Drift, which I don't know if it's still there. It's basically on the side of the building that Duck and Waffle is in. It's like a restaurant on like the lower level on the side. We went there one year. Like I said, just at the pub with the girls last year. Like, it's always kind of been outside. I've definitely never hosted Valentine's Day or like done the cooking on Valentine's Day itself. No. Okay, well, I love a Valentine's Day meal deal. I'm not against it at all. Like, I love a meal deal. Like, what did you call it? Salentines? Solo times. Has definitely been like, I'm getting something that I don't have to like labour over. Okay. So this is sounding up my street. Where do I need to get? Where can I get one? Wow. All the big supermarkets will do a meal deal. Okay. They're usually around like the £20 mark, and you get like a main starter, main, dessert, side, and a bottle of maybe some like chocolates or something. My meal deal of choice, because one year I did do all of them and tried. Taste test. I had different Valentine's experiences with like different groups of friends, or like with a partner. One with a partner, one with my best friend, one with my other friend, one with my cousin and my mum, and we tried all these different meal deals. I am a big M&S Valentine's Day meal deal, 2 can dine. That
I love it. I really love it. It's so simple. You can always dress it up if you want. But yeah, we've got a bit of an article on the 9 best Valentine's Day supermarket dining deals
of 2023.
Of 2023. This is a Good Housekeeping article. Okay. You know, you can pretty much.
So they've probably done the what do they call it at Christmas when they do Which?
Yeah.
Which?
Is that that? Yeah. So they had a panel, sampled 109 dining dishes from 8 leading supermarkets. And let's see which came out on top. So according to them, for 2023, Sainsbury's dining for 2 is actually the best one. It's £15, and all the meal deals are created for 2 people.
Okay.
And they gave it 85 out of 100. Excellent selection of indulgent but easy to prepare starters, mains and puds, including your choice of wine or non-alcoholic alternative. And yeah, lots of desserts. So it comes with 1 starter, a main, side, dessert and drink. And I can let you know what's on there. You can let me know what you think. Taste the difference, scallop gratin. Is that a bit of you?
Not out of really well, no.
No. Taste the difference, slow cooked crackling pork belly.
Sold.
They've got a sirloin steak with butter.
Nah.
Oh, they've got some vegan stuff. No beef Wellington. Sounds like a bit of you. Triple cooked chips, green vegetable medley, a raspberry and chocolate torte for dessert.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a couple of fancy Prosecco's.
Yeah.
So 2 for 15.
Triple cooked chips, pork crackling, chocolate tart, bottle of Prosecco.
Yeah. It's for £15 for 2 people.
That's very good.
So it's a pretty good deal. Yeah. Okay, runner up. My M&S came in second, and it seems like...
You know that thing where it's like, who's number 1? Drake was number 1.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Eminem was another list.
I thought M&S was going to be first, but okay.
First, but okay.
And this year they're doing 1 starter, main, side, dessert and drink for £20.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's...
Alcoholic drink, bubbles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alcoholic drink.
What they got for me?
They've got in here prawn tempura with sriracha and lime mayo.
Yes.
So, do you know what? I can't lie to you. There's something about that I just...
I'm not going to eat the mayo.
The prawn tempura sriracha, I just feel like it's just a bit generic. I'm a little bit disappointed on that one.
Listen, the fact that they've kept it at the £20 price point,
it's true. Rump steaks with peppercorn sauce.
Nope.
Lamb rack. Oh yeah, you don't eat lamb either.
No, I don't eat lamb.
Oh, okay, they've got a lamb rack with herby crust. Cod with sherry vinegar. Not too sure about that one. Yeah.
I like that there's a fish offering.
Okay.
Not just a vegan, whatever the other people have.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the full menu, but they might have.
Oh, these are like the top section.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll have to wait. These all launch around now, actually.
Yeah.
By the time you guys hear this,
they'll be out.
They'll be out, so you can see the full menu. They've got some rosemary Hasselback potatoes.
Sold.
Zingy lemon cheesecakes.
Absolutely.
And you can get a pink lemonade. A pink lemonade or a Chardonnay.
Pink lemonade
drinks, and they've got some creamy berry pots as well.
Okay.
Dessert.
So who came third, or is there no third?
Best for steak apparently is Aldi. They don't do a meal deal. They do special buys.
Okay.
So the lowest price dish is $2.29. Slightly different, I guess. There's things you just want to have a selection.
Or you're not cooking for 2.
Exactly.
Maybe you want to get 4 and you're doing your guys.
Yeah, perfect for a Valentine's. Or if you want a range of dishes. So yeah, they've got a special buys offering, which are like Valentine's Day focused dishes.
Nice.
Oh, apparently they've got a gastro wood-fired Wagyu pizza. Okay, interesting.
I do get the allegedly wood oven stone baked pizzas from Lidl actually.
Yeah,
Lidl is closer to me than Aldi.
Yeah.
But it's good.
They've also got a specially selected gastro heart-shaped lobster pasta. That sounds like a bit of you.
You, lobster tires.
You said you like lobster pasta.
I do love lobster pastas.
Chicken and harissa pie.
Nah.
Not too sure about that. Brisket truffle mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got a vegan melt in the middle chocolate heart.
Yes.
Melting bomb. You know that the bomb.
Oh, yeah. Right. My middle. No, the pori.
I think so. Yeah. Like a chocolate thing.
Yeah.
You can get some Prosecco.
I'm not big on chocolate desserts, but I understand why at Valentine's Day
it's a big thing
towards it. Like I get it.
Yeah. Red velvet cream liqueur. Never had that before. Interesting.
Oh, I haven't, but that is a spin because you know how Aldi like to spin off everything.
Yeah.
That is a spin off of Red Velvet Baileys. Baileys actually released a Red Velvet product.
Okay.
So that would probably be on the shelves as well if you're that kind of person. That would be cool.
Yeah. There's a couple of others. Tesco
Their deal is 2 for £12 with a Tesco Club card. They're really going in with the Tesco Club card. Yeah, 2 for £12. So if the budget's tight, can check them out. You get one main, side, dessert and a drink. So no starter with this one.
I think with Tesco ones as well, I think I've seen them before. Some of them come like in a box. So you just like grab the whole box. Because they also, like throughout the year, their dining deals come like in a box.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that could be cool as well.
Yeah. You've got beef bourguignon.
And I think it's all Finest. I think their dining things
always
end up being all Finest.
Yeah. So there's a Tesco Finest smoked salmon gratin, some chunky chips. They're not really giving too much on here.
I know I think there's one.
Yeah, and they've got Finest Pink Lady apple juice as part of it. So
okay, well that's an option for people if you're interested in.
If you want
dining in for 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, exactly.
How many people?
And then there's obviously ones at Asda. There's ones at Waitrose, Morrison's. Most of the big retailers will have some kind of option. So if you don't want to go out, you're on a bit of a budget. You guys want to do something together, you can do a Valentine's Day meal deal. Sainsbury's is number 1 according to Good Housekeeping. I always do Marks and Spencer's, but the Sainsbury's one is looking quite good this year, so I might check it out.
Waitrose weren't on the list?
Waitrose, where did they put them at? So they've broken this down into different areas. For Waitrose,
Gucci Mane?
Tesco apparently was most filling, and then Waitrose came in at best meat-free mains. So Waitrose is for the vegans.
Shout out my Waitrose.
So yeah, for those ones.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We'll put the link in.
So you can have a read of the article.
Yeah, and have a bit of a pick. But there's a range of ones there. Lower price points, higher price points. More in the package, less in the package, fancy bits and bobs. But yeah, love a meal deal,
all for the love of strictly for the love.
I've converted you.
I've never heard you say it in my life.
Oh gosh.
Well, I think that's everything we want to talk about Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Wishing you a happy Valentine's Day.
Filled with love.
And smiling at bus drivers.
Yeah.
And children.
Yeah.
And food.
Of course, always.
Either spending it alone or with anybody, make sure you treat yourself to something delicious on Valentine's Day.
Exactly. Can get a specially selected T29.
Yeah, and there'll be a special Krispy Kreme as well, which is also one of my love languages.
Really?
But anyway, we digress. Catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks so much for listening.
Thanks, guys. Bye.